Hey, what's up guys, this is Johan, and on this video I'll be doing an update on the 75-gallon aquarium. You can see it right back there in the shadows. We'll be doing an update and see how it's gone so far, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so it's been about a month since I've uploaded a video to the channel. It's mainly because I kind of messed myself up, so I couldn't really use my mouse to edit and stuff, so I've just been kind of resting my arm, but it's not anything too bad. It's mainly a kind of bad sprain, but it's not broken. It's just this is restraining me from moving it too much, so it alleviates the pain and keeping it mobile. So I got this trying to save somebody. I did save the person, but I took a fall right before I got them, but they're okay, they're alive, so that it was worth the spill. But that's not about that, just letting you guys know what happened to me. So going back in the saltwater aquarium, not too much has changed, at least for me. So what I'm gonna try to do with this video is show you everything that I have, all the aquarium, what it looks like, and then kind of trying to go a before and after. So the lights just kicked on maybe 30 minutes ago, so I'll try to get some b-roll a little after I show you guys what this looks like, so I could kind of compare and contrast. So let's get closer. Alright guys, so let's walk up to the aquarium, and I kind of have the doors open right now. I was getting ready to start doing some maintenance, also just letting some air come through. I have the windows open right here, so some nice cool breeze just gushing over the aquarium, so that it could cool off a little bit. But yeah, I was getting ready to do some maintenance because I haven't been able to do anything because of my wrist. So right here you can see I'm mixing up some salt water so I could finally change the large water change, and this might be my last water change that I do on this aquarium. I'm planning on doing no water changes. This tank actually has made it almost a month or two, yeah, about 2.5 months of not being able to, no water changes, and I might just try see how long I go with that, maybe do a 6-month water change. But let's get closer to the aquarium and see how everything looks. It's Force Fire Digi, front and center. It is doing really well, and right there, this plate is where I've seen the most growth, so it kind of like flattened out a bit. Let's get that to focus. I have it on the core back there, but that's Force Fire Digi, or is it bubble gum? I'm not really sure, whichever one. It's been doing really well. It has been doing really well from the day I got it, and now it just exploding. So I have a frag here, another frag there, another frag back there, and a tiny frag of it right there. And you know, it's been doing really well. I have the main frog spawn still opening. Like I said, the lights kind of just came on, so give it about 3 to 4 hours, and then this is gonna be 10 times bigger, or 3 times bigger than it is right now, and still being hosted by the clownfish. I had the other frag of it back there, or the other colony of it back there was over there, but it's closer now. The hammers and all that are doing really well. The fish doing really well. I got a bit of flack for this guy, guys, because I just saw the firefishes out on this side. I had a piece of like fake coral that was there. I was doing an experiment to let some coral grow on it, so you can see it back there. But the firefish is out up front, and he just darted back in. So it rarely comes out on this side, but you know, it's still scared the fish. So I'm planning on getting some more. Ouch, my hand. I'm still planning on getting some more firefish, so that I could have something to come out. I was hoping to come out, but did not. The 2 tangs are doing really well. Naso tang is doing really well, except it's still fighting with its reflection on the other side, just hitting its tail and all that. So sometimes I'll be standing here and then I'll hear a loud pop, and wonder what that was, and it's just the Naso tang hitting its tail on the other side of the glass. So I'm kind of worried about that. I hope it doesn't break my glass, but it should not. Then the convict tank is doing awesome. Always happy, always front. It's like a little puppy every time it sees me. You see that it's up right now. It gets fed, it keeps the rock clean. And if you guys notice, for a tank that's been up for 3 months or so, 4 months, I don't have any type of algae on the rocks at all. And that is all the fish, and then mainly this convict tank. This guy just goes around and nibbles at everything. So water quality is good as well, but you know, any small piece of algae that shows up, I will see it in the morning, and then nighttime he gets after it and he's gone. And you can see right now he is bantering with the queen angel, and that's the next fish I'm going to get into. And this is my queen angel, one of the longest fish that I've had. After like my fish loss, this is the only fish that I did not put in the system when I lost all the fish. So this guy was in his own separate quarantine for almost, I think almost a year actually. In its own quarantine, its own hypostimulus system for almost a year. And it is also my favorite fish in the entire hobby, and it's kind of one of the fish that kept me in the hobby when I lost all my fish. But I initially bought this fish to be the dominant fish in my original system, because I had an emperor angel that was quite bossy and quite very territorial, and I wanted another fish in there to attack it. And you just saw what he did. So he took off right there and went after the marsh idol. So he did exactly as what I was getting into. So I wanted him to just put the emperor angel in his place. And you can see him right now just sizing up the Naso tank and showing those dominant features like, hey, this is my tank, I rule. So when I put the marsh idol in, just hiding in the back right now, looking for food or something when it gets out here. So when I initially put the marsh idol in here, it immediately became the dominant fish. I guess because of its size, and it has a wider girth, so it's able to be a little bit more intimidating. So it has been, just dominating the tank, chasing the queen angel around, chasing the all the other fish, the convict tank and the Naso tank. He's been chasing them around. But the queen angel finally said, "I've had it with you," and has been fighting. So you can see it chasing it around. But it's really still happy. It's just when I'm around the tank, because when I sit, I notice that every time I come up to the tank, I think the queen angel sees me as, this is my human and you cannot be around my human. So it has been, every time I come up to the tank, if I'm not feeding the tank, if I'm just standing here, I see they go through a little bit of banter. But it doesn't happen, because when I'm far, everything is just fine. And there they go at it again. So now let's talk about the marsh idol. So because of the marsh idol being in here, I started to get a bit of flack for having marsh idol in a 75-gallon aquarium. It was like, why you have such a small tank? I got from 1, then a 2, then 3, then 4, and a bunch of people started coming in. I think I drew in the tank police. But for all you guys who are new subscribers to my aquarium, I did kind of put a link to it and reply to some of the comments. I do have a bigger tank that this fish is going to go into. It's 180 gallons. It's more like 190 gallons because it's a weird dimension, but I'll put a little link up there so you guys click on that and see when I receive the tank. That tank is still downstairs in my garage. It's just I also was thinking about it too, how expensive this hobby is, like different things I have to do just to prep for a big tank. And I may also make a video about this, should you get a nano tank or should you get a big tank, and things to you have to think of to get a big tank. And a couple of the things I have to think of a big tank: get it into the house. Because of its size, I can't bring it in for the door downstairs. It's a weird angle where it can't go around. So I have to bring it upstairs. Even if I wanted to put it downstairs in the basement, I have to bring it up for the front door, and then go down some steps, and then into the area where it would be. But I'm gonna put it up here. So putting it up here now, I have to look into reinforcing the floors. Then I have to go into the plumbing, and it's just a lot more plumbing, a lot more water weight. The stand, it's about the same price as the aquarium. So all that is in the making. It's just it's a reef tank, so I'm taking my time. I don't want to rush anything and then misjudge anything and have a tank crashing through my floors because I didn't reinforce the floors properly. But that's just Anyways, back to the update. So yeah, one thing I am doing with this marsh idol in here, and he is very timid right now because the Queen Angel has been beating on him. Usually he's always up for frothing. The Queen Angel is just getting into his own. So the marsh idol, one thing I do like having him in here is, and the main reason he's in here is to see what coral he will and will not eat by the time I'm ready to put him in the big tank. And I've seen him eat the blue cloth polyps. I've seen him eat the ends of all, like my force fire digi. I've seen him eat the ends of my acros. It's mainly the soft corals that I've seen him go after, and like my polythor, or I think these are this might be some sort of zoanthid or polythor, I'm not sure, but these are here. I had a bunch of them here and some more back there, and it has just been munching all those. Like this entire rock was full, and it only has like 1, 2, maybe like 5 little heads, but that entire rock was full and they were fully extended. So the marsh idol has definitely been going at it. Hey Naso, how you doing? The marsh idol has definitely been going in tongue at those corals. So at least it gives me an idea of, whilst he's still in this 75 gallon holding tank, to at least know that, hey, okay, so I can't put this coral in the big tank. I could put this coral in the big tank and enjoy having 2 tanks and enjoy having the fish and the coral in 2 different tanks. Another coral that I've seen him eat in is my Goniopora. So I have 2 small frags right there, and see one right there, it's a little bit closed up, and the other one behind it. About a month, not a month, but 2.5 weeks ago, these were completely closed up. I thought they were dying, maybe something I did, maybe the water parameters were off, but I just happened to be sitting in the couch right here and just chilling and watching the aquarium, and I saw that he was munching on those. So one of the things I did find about this marsh idol is it does not, I found this out from the last water change I did, it does not like to be in low water. So this is about 19 inches or so water, and it does not like when its top fin is out of the water. It's hiding again. So let me step away from the aquarium so the Queen Angel could stop beating on him. So it does not like its top fin to be out of the aquarium. So what I had to do, so once I put the corals up top, right where I showed you guys back there, it can't reach it because it doesn't like to put its fin out of the water. So it's just ignoring them for now because it's out of our reach. Yeah, so that is all the fish. Oh well, the 2 clownfish, they are doing really well. One thing I did notice on my smaller one, you can kind of see that once it's focused, is it's starting to develop some of this weird fleshy stuff on its back tail. Not sure what that is, so I'm gonna have to take him out, probably take out both of them, and just have them some medications for like any skin fin rot or whatever. But it's still doing well. I don't see any signs of like any parasites or anything. It's just looks like it probably cut itself on a rock or something. And then they also develop, you could see some, if it focuses, it doesn't focus as well, but you can see some little dots on it, like the black dots. I've noticed that on both the clownfish. So they did come from the same clutch, so I'm not sure if it's just some kind of some morph that they have from like birth or whatever that their family tree has. But they have little white black dots on them, and it's just part of the, I thought it was like maybe black, there's something like black ick, but it's not black ick. It's like worms that bore into the fish, but it's just their pigment. I've seen them on some other type of like snowflake clowns and stuff like that, but it's just cool little morph that they developed just now. But for the most part, the aquarium has been doing really well. Nothing to complain about. The backside right here that I don't really see as much because I'm always on the main side of the tank. Guys, so that was the top side of the aquarium. So let's look at the sump area, the bottom side, and see what's going on down here. So I did mention that I wanted to start dosing, and this is my doser that I've had. It's just a Jabo doser that I bought like months and months ago. Not months, like years and years, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And it's just been here, not being used, so I just turned it on, plugged it up, and I have it like this. I just hanged it up here so that I could, start using it, start dosing the aquarium, get my alkalinity. Once I do this last water change in about 2 or 3 months, after complete constant testing, I just want to see what the ranges are like and then start dosing. Seeing as I'm not planning on doing another water change, this would probably be my main source of like restoring my alkalinity and calcium and magnesium, and I'm gonna be dosing B ionic. So yeah, I'm gonna be dosing B ionic 3-part, because I got the magnesium portion as well. So that will be what's gonna maintain my aquarium, and I will be doing water changes if necessary, as far as like what my tests look like. So yeah, let's get into the sump section. Here is my refugium section now, and my entire sump. So before I had just both my lights shooting straight down into here, and it was just light spillage was everywhere. So I had some algae growing on the live rock that I had in the sump, and some the algae is different places. So I got an idea from Coral Euphoria. I'll make sure I leave a link to his channel, where he didn't like the light spillage, and he basically made a 5-gallon bucket, or took a 5-gallon bucket and drilled it and did a few different things to it so that he could have a concentrated area to grow his coral and have no light spillage, so that you don't see algae growing everywhere. And I kind of took that idea and did it myself. So only difference is he used a 5-gallon bucket and he has a Kessel light, but I used a trash can because the dimension of a 5-gallon bucket doesn't really fit in here properly. But the trash can, because it has a flat side right here, I could easily put it in. It fits just fine. And then I just have a DIY kind of top, because for this cheap trash can, there's not really a proper top for it. But same idea, is just to prevent light spillage. So give a big shout out to Coral Euphoria for sharing that idea on YouTube. But it's pretty much the same thing, and but I run mine with 2 lights instead of just the Kessel grow light, because I have weaker lights. But what I do notice is it actually has exploded the growth of the Cheetomorpha. And let me go ahead and put the camera down, take this out, and show you what the growth looks like. So it's a little bit louder because I had to take the mic off just so I could show you. Let's see. And so you can see it by the size of my hands, and then this is just extremely thick stuff. So I've never had this much growth of Cheetomorpha. It always kind of dies for me. So I guess I have the system set up right, and then the way that it is inside of this, it's like the light is more concentrated. It's not spilling out anywhere else. so it's not there's no light being lost. Everything is being used up 100% by the Cheeto Muffa and the garlic that's in there. I don't even think I see the garlic anymore. Well, I have a small piece of it right there, but the Cheeto has definitely taken off since then. So it's been doing really well, just by putting in this. Even after, like before I had the Cheeto Muffa in here, it wasn't really growing. I had green hair algae and all sorts of stuff growing in there. I had light spillage everywhere else. But once I put it in here, it just took off. So shout out to Cordyfuria for this idea. My initial idea for this refrigerator was to have as much as possible, like try to get the entire length. But after seeing what the light spillage looks like, and having algae growing in different places and clogging up different pumps, or have the potential to clog different pumps, having it in its own little chamber that is completely isolated as far as like light spillage really works. And also I have it's being fed from the, right there you can see that pump, from the protein skimmer area. So I have a pump that pumps water back up to the protein skimmer area, and then it comes down. So it's getting nice oxygenated water, and that's just been taken off completely. So shout out to Cordyfuria again. That is pretty much does it for the sump. I just want to, yeah guys, that is an update on the 75-gallon aquarium, coming along really well. Haven't needed to do much with this aquarium since I started, besides feeding the fish, cleaning the glass, and doing a water change every now and then, changing some filter wool, and clean a skimmer cup. I think it's been doing really well. This is one of the best aquariums I've ever done, that just from start. I have had no problems with, besides little things, tiny things, and compared to problems that I have had. And the problems I've had, it's something of my own doing. Like I mismeasured something, or something's not aligning right. It's not anything too big, but for the most part, this aquarium is doing really nice. Make sure to remember put some B-roll here and there, so you guys are not just staring at me randomly dropping the camera and stuff like that. But corals are doing really well. Marsh adults is doing extremely well. Look, you can see him over there. He's going at the coral. So yeah, he is definitely a coral eater. So if you guys ever wondered if it's reef safe, you hear it's not, but it is. It is completely not reef safe. It will go after, or not, I won't say not reef safe, it's just it'll go after certain corals 100%. Like I said, it's going after these polythoa corals right here. It's going after the new growth ends of like forest fire digi, the aqua right there. Went after my Garnipora, even went after this acan coral that I have here. And you can see all the corals that are up top, at least the frags that are up top, are the ones I want to stay away from. So right there you can see them. The ones I want to cherish the most, I kind of have them up here to avoid his fin, because he doesn't like his fin out of the water. But yeah guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I'm going to go ahead and do a water change, and just do a water change and try to rest a little bit, and get ready for the week. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys in the next video.